Hi everyone. I today want to talk to you about my colleagues, 8 colleagues of lifestyle. It's very ironic that I cannot live without them. I need them all the time, but they don't need me. We are talking nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, air, rest, and trust in God. I today want to talk to you about exercise. When I talk about exercise, it is important for me now to tell you how other doctors come into play when we are talking exercise. That's why I call exercise the pillar of this. Personally, I call it the pillar of all of them. All of them. You would realize that you may have a good nutrition, but if you do not utilize that nutrition by exercising, that nutrition may become a burden to you. You may have carbohydrate that you have eaten which you need, but that carbohydrate, if it's not utilized, it may end up being stored and being stored and being stored and end up making some diabetes, some arthritis, some hypertension for you, even though it has been balanced, it has been good. You may realize that so long as you do not exercise, you may not necessarily need water because you are not dehydrated. You may realize that whenever you do not exercise, you are always seated in the house. You never go outside to get a sunlight. You may realize that whenever you do not exercise, the laziness capture you, and you see to it that there's no temperance with you. You do not know how to self-control, how to tell yourself you need this, and how to work hard to get it. You may realize that when you do not exercise, there's no need for you to increase respiratory rate. In other words, there's no need for you to demand air, which is another part and parcel of the doctors of lifestyle. You may realize that if you do not exercise, there's no need for you to rest. Why are you resting? What are you resting for? Now you realize that the center exercise is the center of all of them. Number two, what I would want to tell you is that you also need some, out of at least 12 systems in our body that we use every day in our life, or that helps us to be who we are. You may realize that you need at least 3 systems that you are going to use when you exercise. Number one, when you exercise, you are going to realize that you need to sweat. When you sweat out the toxins, you are excreting the toxins. That is those things that the body does not need. You need integumentary system. That is the skin, the hair, and perhaps the nails. But most important is the skin. Number two, you need the respiratory system, because when you are exercising, especially outside, you are going to increase your respiratory rate. Your respiration is going to increase. You're going to breathe in and out very fast, taking out the carbon dioxide that your body does not need, and even some acidity that your body does not need, taking in oxygen. Number three, you're going to realize that after you exercise, because now you feel dehydrated, you need lots and lots of water. Immediately after you drink that lots and lots of water, it's going to require you to utilize urinary system. You are going to urinate that which the body could not excrete. Now it's going to be excreted through urinary system. Let me now change the side. It is also always important that after every meal, you take what we call digestive walk. Digestive walk is taken as an exercise. The muscle has stored some glucose and some other nutrients in them, and now you are eating again. So before the storage looks at your muscles as the muscles have utilized all the nutrition that is in there, and therefore the nutritious food and some other nutrients that are coming in, before they start looking at other area where they can be stored, they will have to go to the muscles first and see to it that is there any space that we can fit ourselves in. So by doing digestive work, you are going to start utilizing that glucose that is stored, some nutrition that is being stored, so that you are creating a space for the new one that is coming, and then it can be able to fit in and be utilized. The other point that I want to tell you about is that every time when you eat, the nutrition need to have a certain area where it is stored. So we have some certain organs or even system where we can regard them as a storage. Muscles are one of them. You would eat carbohydrate, and that carbohydrate is converted into what you call glycerin. And it needs to be stored into your muscles. When your muscle storage is depleted, it's gone, it's finished, it's closed, then your liver, your kidney, and other areas are opened up until the point where adipose tissue, that is the under your skin, the fat cells start storing. Immediately when the fat cells start storing, that's when you see somebody start growing fat, because we do not exercise. Now you see automatically what I'm telling you of when I say exercise is important. When you exercise, you are going to utilize the sugar, the glucose that is in your muscles. Once it's depleted, then it's going to go to other areas like the liver, the kidneys, where it is stored, and come. In other words, your muscle will be borrowing from other organs. When those organs are depleted, your muscles then is going to borrow from adipose tissue. When it borrows from adipose tissue, that's the only time when you are going to see a fat person becomes lean. Now that's the reason why when you exercise within 24 hours, when you are big, within 24 hours you do not get slim. Because you need to start first with the storage in the muscles, then go to the storage elsewhere, then you go to the storage that is in the skin. And that's the reason why we need exercise. Now, maybe let me recap to you what the benefits of exercise is that we are also exposing ourselves to the other 8 doctors of lifestyle. Number 2, we are utilizing the systems, at least 3 systems that we need to benefit from this exercise. Number 3, we excrete all the toxins that are not needed. At the same time, we are losing weight where it's not needed. And by so doing, we are able to avoid other diseases of lifestyle like diabetes type 2, arthritis, cancers, hypertension, etc. by just merely exercising and also eating very well. Thank you. I'm back again, telling you of 8 doctors of nutrition. But today I want to talk about rest. From nutritious food to exercising, lots and lots of water, sunshine, temperance, air, rest, and trust in God. Today, as I said, I want to talk about rest. We cannot rest when we have not done anything. We cannot rest 24 hours, 7 days a week. We cannot start by resting before we start working. Even biblically is so. We start by working. God started by working. Then on the last day of the week, he rested. And so we are supposed to start working and then we rest. It is always important, by the way, that we rest. But let us not find ourselves resting without having worked. When we have worked, we have depleted all the energy. Now our body needs to recuperate, needs to repair. It is said that we have several hormones and chemicals in our body that works with this repair. We may have adrenaline that makes us to fight and flight, but we must also have those the chemicals that are making us to be able to rest. Now, in the system of central nervous system, we have what you call parasympathetic and you have what you call sympathetic. Sympathetic is the one that is called fight or flight system, running away or fighting back system. And then you have the other one that is called rest and digest system. This is where you need to relax. When you have rested and you are relaxed, digestive system is busy and doing all the things that it's supposed to be doing. And wherever there's a depletion of energy, there's a depletion of some certain nutrients, that's where the repairing is going on. These are influenced by two hormones, or maybe let me call them chemical, called melatonin and cortisol. Now, cortisol, you would see that whenever you are moving around and going there and there, it is always high. That's the one that gives you all these hyper activities and so on. And your body having to be in a chronic state of inflammation. But then you need this one called melatonin, where it rests. It is said in the books that around 10 p.m., melatonin is picking up. It's picking up, wanting the body to be rested, so that the story of repairing needs to be started. If it ever happens that you see yourself, even during the night, you are awake, at that moment, cortisol levels are still high. Ever since the morning, the cortisol has been waking. During the day, the cortisol is still waking. During the evening, the cortisol is waking. Even in the night, the cortisol is still waking. That is why whenever we never get the rest, even these diseases we are able to get, our body needs to rest. At some point, adrenaline must come down. Growth hormone must go up. And we only achieve it when we are able to rest. But like I say, there's no need for us to rest if we have never worked. The hormones need to go just like, they must exchange themselves. At the time of 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, when you see yourself eating your supper, see to it that insulin level is going to go high. When the insulin level goes high, there's no way melatonin can go high also. Because now that activity of eating is working. So see to it that we eat on time. And then when the time to sleep comes, we are able to sleep. Whenever you have worked during the day, and now you need to take yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes to rest, you are able to do so. Do not kill yourself. It is always important that we need to rest.